apologies for the late upload. In all honesty, I don't know what to talk about. I normally record these the night before, and I was sort of scratching my head last night thinking, oh, what on earth am I going to upload? What am I going to talk about? And there was nothing. There was a ridiculous rumour about Thomas Souček. Well, that's not enough. I can't talk for 10 minutes about that, which I know I probably should have been able to, but there was nothing. There's a little bit more today. So what I did was last night, I watched a film called Stowaway on Netflix. Don't bother. Honestly, that is an hour and 50 minutes of my life that I will never, ever get back. A terrible film. You may well have noticed as well, a couple of days ago, I did the video where I was trying to sell you a t-shirt, if you remember, and a number of you said, that t-shirt looks remarkably like the Flash Gordon t-shirt. This t-shirt is not a homage to Flash Gordon, which is sort of the best and the worst film that's ever been made. It's very, very cheesy. But it's got Brian Blessed in it, and Gordon's alive! And actually whispers it, Gordon's alive! Flash! You either know or you don't. But it's a terrible film, but a brilliant film. Excuse me. So it says, they're not, I think they're llamas. I think they're llamas at least. Llama or an alpaca. It's very, very hard to tell, to be honest with you. I think it's probably a llama. I think an alpaca actually is, I think it's a hybrid basically. I think if you mated a camel, then, well, obviously you can't mate a camel. Don't mate a camel. The RSPCA, or the Middle Eastern equivalent of the RSPCA, you'd be in a lot of trouble. You can't hump a camel. Anyway, I think if you mated a camel with a sheep, you get an alpaca. I think that's where they come from. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how the mating process would work. How the camel, I guess the camel has got to be the male. The sheep has got, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We digress. This has nothing to do with West Ham at all, is it? Anyway, right, let me tell you what the West Ham news is. And I like this West Ham news. So our next game, I'm still thinking about that, the camel and the, anyway, our next game is next Monday, which gives us a week for those of you that have calendars and can do maths. It's a week. That's a long time. That's to get players fit, to get players back, to get players ready. That's good. So we hear that Masuaku was almost, he had some swelling on the knee. He injured his knee trying to climb a camel. No, I'm not joking. He had some swelling on the knee. Cresswell was, that's saying again, on the grass, training on the grass. And as we understand it, Declan Rice is doing some running. And we know that Dawson, well, he's back because it was just a suspension for being a naughty boy, basically. So, we could possibly, the unlikeliest one, let's say, is probably Declan Rice. Declan's, I don't know, I think he just might. Now, Burnley are sizzling, aren't they, really? They are absolutely swashbuckling at the moment. So, I think, do you know what? I think Burnley might be more dangerous than Chelsea at the moment. Chris Wood, well, doesn't always score against us, but seems to play very well against us and has an excellent record, has popped in a hat-trick at the weekend against Wolves, who, I mean, that makes our 3-2 scoreline look positively conservative, doesn't it, really? So beating them 4-0, I think. They're going to be coming with their tails up and whatnot. So, much like the camel. No, anyway, they'll be there with their, feeling good, looking forward to the match. And we need to be really decent for this one. We need these players back. Now, I think it brings so much to the team. If you can get Cresswell back and he plays at left centre half, I think then what you have is a back three. And look, we'll do all this in the preview, of course. But I think you get Cresswell at left centre half. I think they'll bring Bonner in and Dawson. I think that's your back three. I think Diop will probably get dropped. Not that he particularly deserves to after that game against Chelsea, but that's just what I think he'll do. And then he'll play Masuaku at left wing back. Now, that is actually massive for for us in terms of giving another dynamic to the team, because Cresswell and Masuaku do link up so well. And it just gives the opposition something else to think about. And we desperately need Cresswell's delivery. I mean, we really, really do. So that's going to be extremely important for us. The Rice one, well, I'm going to be looking very, very carefully, as we all will, this week, at any pictures that are leaked from the training ground or anything like that. Because we know he's running. The knee brace, the leg brace, the buckle, whatever it was, is off. He did you see he had something on his leg which was, inflated it, and it took the pressure off the joint. So as I don't know, I basically when he was on the treadmill, there wasn't the full impact and the full weight on the knee. So it's all very scientific. It's all very good, and he looks like he's okay. And what I would also say is, let's not forget, he did get injured against Poland, and he did play on for the rest of the game. So if it was absolutely horrendous, then he just would have collapsed and been carried off on a stretcher, right? But he didn't. So it's not beyond the medical science to get him back and ready, and it's not that unlikely that he can come back relatively quickly. I think the point is, do we risk it? Well, I think under normal circumstances, no. But number one, Declan's going to want to get, so we've got 5 games left. Declan's want to get those games under his belt to be fit and firing and ready for the Euros, where I think he's a guaranteed starter. Absolutely. Hold on. Bit of llama juice there. It's because of hay fever. Does anyone else get hay fever? The pollen is horrendous at the moment. It's absolutely horrendous. Anyway, I've taken my tablet. Bad hay fever. So if you, I'm a bit like Bob Fleming. If you haven't watched the Fast Show, then you don't know what I'm talking about, so I'll leave it there. I've been very old today, aren't I? Flash Gordon and Fast Show and stuff like that. Anyway, what was I saying? So I think Rice will want to get back. I really do. And I think under normal circumstances, we had nothing to play for. If we were in Burnley's position, for instance, I don't think we would. I don't think we'd risk it, but we're not. As we understand it, European football is now going down to seventh place. We want European football, don't we? And I'm pretty sure that David Moyes won't have totally given up on European football. I must say European football, Champions League football. And it only takes something. It only takes a little slip up from Chelsea and we're back in. But if we're going to do that and we do what I said in yesterday's video, which is win the remaining games, then realistically, we need to get these players back. We need Rice in there. So I think that would be absolutely massive. I really do. So important. Anyway, the other news, where was it? And, yeah, sorry, that was that. Allardyce drew, didn't they, yesterday? Almost down, it would seem. European place extended to 7th. Yes, there was something else. There we go. Souček interest. Paris Saint-Germain. And this was in The Athletic, who are they're a subscription sort of online newspaper, basically. They're pretty good. It's a pretty good subscription, truth be told. However, Paris Saint-Germain, I just can't see it. I really can't see it. I'm not saying he's not coveted by other clubs. I'm not saying that others won't be interested. But I sort of do disbelieve it when the very top clubs, you know, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain. In fact, I did see him linked with Barcelona. And I thought, how, and this was yesterday as well, how would they possibly be able to? Because they are steadfast and resolute that this European Super League is still going on. They just continue it. No, it's still a goer. Florentino Perez, has gone stark raving mad. I don't know what. It's just going to be a Super League of 3 teams or something like that. I really don't know how they can possibly think that they're going to carry on with this. The only people that thought it was a good idea were the people involved. But he's saying, Perez, I still think this is a great idea. The whole world, almost the whole world, says, no, this is terrible. It's a terrible, terrible idea and it's bad for football. Yet he's carrying on. So, yes, I certainly don't see him going to Barcelona. I don't know, as I say, Barcelona, I don't know where the revenue is going to come from. I'm not sure there'll be too many television companies signing up to watch Real Madrid play Barcelona sort of 20 times a season. It'd be a boring old league, wouldn't it, really? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see Paris Saint-Germain. I'm not that worried about it. I don't think anyone has really got the money this season, this transfer window, to buy Souček and Rice. I just don't think so. I really don't. I think that's the same for everybody. I've said it about West Ham. I don't think West Ham have got the money to go and buy loads of players. I think there'll be so many trades, so many loans, so many inventive deals to try and get transfers done that it just won't happen at all. Anyway, right, that's it. Sorry to bore you with camels and llamas. Lima's different. The lima, yeah, the llama and the lima, the camel and the alpaca. There you go. You didn't expect to hear about, and Flash Gordon, of course. Didn't expect to hear about that today. And I was joking about Arthur Masuaku. I don't think he's done anything of the sort.